Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, we going live. Want to just have a quick discussion. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. It's your brother Malcolm Flex TV. We are definitely live. Wanted to just, have a quick discussion on this Ice Cube situation. It's become very political. Pardon me. And we have a lot of people trying to straighten it out so it don't fall over. Trying to make sure it don't fall over. Let me find a better position. So I want to talk about this Ice Cube situation. People talking about it, they're going to cancel the brother. Okay, maybe I'll get over here. All right, cool. So, now let's deal with it. Now, there are a lot of people who want to cancel the brother. A lot of people want to cancel, Ice Cube for, sitting down with the Trump administration. If you don't really know the background story, the brother in July came up with a plan for black people, and he was approached by the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. And we all know that it's election season right now. And just let me know if y'all can hear me. Peace, family. Peace and assalamu alaikum. So yeah, we all know that it's election season right now. So the brother was approached by the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, because they're lobbying for votes right now, especially the black vote. And so as the brother was approached by both parties, for his program, CWBA, the Contract with Black America, the Democrats actually told Ice Cube that they'll get back with him after the election. But the Trump administration, said that, that they'll check it out and they'll make some adjustments to their plan, the Platinum Plan. And so since then, Ice Cube has received a lot of backlash, from anti-Trumpers, specifically those black people in our community who consider themselves Democrats, and my issue, with a lot of people on this situation, I believe that we are reacting emotionally to the situation instead of seeing it for what it really is. A lot of people are upset just for him talking to people in the Democrats as if black people has to automatically be born a Democrat, which doesn't make any sense. And we are making many emotional reactions to the situation. And the brother clearly said in several videos that he never approached the Trump administration. The Trump administration approached him about his plan. And it's a nonpartisan plan, but it can be used bipartisan, meaning that both parties have the opportunity, to create a contract with black people and address our needs and our interests. So instead of reacting emotionally, I think we should react logically, because when you are fighting on the front lines for reparations, this is a business move. This is business, not personal. We all know that Donald Trump is a racist. We all know this for a fact, that this is the enemy. We all know that, but we also have to understand that he's a businessman as well. And he's very business-minded. Before he ever even became the president, he's always been a businessman. So we have to look at it as a business move instead of a personal move. A lot of us, we are fans and bandwagoners, so we looking at it as, okay, he's rooting for the other team, the other side. You know what I mean? He want to be, Ice Cube is playing for the other team now. He's a traitor. And, that's not the case. So we have to stop looking at it as that. As if somebody have a conversation with the enemy, that automatically makes them a coon and a traitor. It does not. Because Ice Cube is neither Republican or Democrat. His allegiance isn't with one of those parties. His allegiance is with black people and the well-being of our people. And we have to quit making emotional reactions and saying things like, we canceling Ice Cube, he's a coon, and making memes out of, these pictures of brother Ice Cube when, and I'm going to say it, in the nation, we don't have no faith in the political system. In the nation, we don't have any faith in this enemy's political system. And when we have supported or voted for anybody, these were for black people, black men and women, black presidents, black other people in politics that we support our own. But me seeing it from another perspective, not as a member in the Nation of Islam, I believe that although Ice Cube isn't in the nation, I think that his approach was the best approach. It was a non-coonish sellout approach. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to any one specific party and saying, hey, this is what black people need, and we ain't messing with the other side. The brother is willing to work with both sides to make sure that there are tangible things happening for black people. Actionable items, as some people say. So I find it funny that when Ice Cube is being interviewed by anti-Trump people, they have so much hate for Trump that they think they are attacking Trump by attacking Ice Cube. See, they taking it so personal that they think they are attacking Donald Trump by attacking Ice Cube, but Ice Cube and Donald Trump does not share the same ideology. They do not share the same perspective. So why attack Ice Cube? Why attack or cancel this brother when he only his intentions are to help black people and not the Republican Party? But if the Democratic Party refuses to talk to the brother about his plan or make any adjustments, then who should we really be looking at? Who should we really be looking at? Because we know that back in the late 60s and before the 60s, that many black people were actually Republicans before they were Democrats. In the Democratic Party, the KKK and the Night Riders came out of the Democratic Party. See, a lot of us don't know that. You know what I mean? And just as Malcolm X stated, in a lecture, that the Republicans are considered, the wolf, and the Democrat is a sly fox, and many of them will deceive you. They will pat you on the back and act like y'all friends and they're for you, but really they have intentions on doing you harm. But he said that at least the wolf, what you're going to get from the wolf. You know what I mean? So we know what we going to get from most Republicans and where they stand. But if I had the opportunity and the chance to interview Ice Cube, I would ask him several questions. One question that I would ask Ice Cube, is if we make a contract, because the minister said, when we make a contract with the American government, we're making a covenant with death, and we got to break that covenant. But now, if Donald Trump agreed, right, to the contract, or even Joe Biden, if whoever's in power agreed to go with the CWBA, the contract with Black America, and they agreed to it, and black people come out in droves and vote for this individual and get them reelected in the office. What's going to be the consequences if they don't follow on their promise? If they don't keep their promise, what's going to be the consequences to them not following or for them not keeping their promise? Peace and blessings to all those who just came in. Because too many times, even with President Barack Obama, many brothers and sisters came out in droves just to show support and vote for this black man, right? But he did more when he was in office for immigrants, LGBTQ, and the Jewish community than he did with his own black community. And many people said, oh, it's not right. We can't put it on him to be the first black president. We can't put it on him to be just the black president. But he did more for people outside of the black community than the people in the actual black community. And many of us came out and showed major support for Barack Obama. So do we stop? Do we make them put something into action, one of our plans into action before they are even elected? Or if we do come out and vote for Joe Biden, or if we do come out and vote for Donald Trump, and they don't follow their promises, then what is going to be the redress or the consequences for not keeping their promise and breaking their contract with the black community? And that will be my question to Ice Cube, because too many times, the black community goes out in support of a presidential candidate, right? And or politicians in general. They don't even have to be the president, but just politicians in general. We elect people and get them in the office. We help elect people and get them in the office, and they made all these promises on their campaigns, but as soon as they step day one into office, they don't keep their promises with black America. So the question is, what as a people, how do we hold people accountable as a people to make and keep their promises? And that would be my question to a brother like Ice Cube. But I implore brothers and sisters that if you have a personal issue with Donald Trump, and we all know that the man is racist, okay? We know that this man is racist. But put your emotions to the side. Don't attack Ice Cube thinking you attacking Donald Trump. Because again, they don't share the same ideology. They don't share the same beliefs. Ice Cube does not have an alliance with the Democratic or the Republican Party. His alliance is with black people, and the brother is making that clear. So don't attack him, okay? And don't cancel him for only trying to better the condition of black people. And we should talk to our brothers and sisters who are doing the same thing. Yeah, you may have a minor difference, but my question is, should black people support the CWBA, the contract with Black America? Should we support it? What should we do in this situation? Do we sit back and then we just try to find out what's going to happen, or do we support the brother? Yeah, and this is the election season, and we know that the Democratic Party and the Republican Party will do anything. They will do anything just to get our votes. You know what I mean? I read Joe Biden's plan for black people. I really don't like it. I just downloaded Ice Cube plan for black people, but I haven't had a chance to go over it. I haven't read the Platinum Plan by Donald Trump. I'm going to check that out as well. and just weigh all of them, and see which one is the best one for black people. Now, me, in my opinion, I know the best plan for black people was the plan that was given to us by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. What the Muslims want, you feel me, and what the Muslims believe, But since we talking about politics right now, then we got to understand what we looking at. In Ice Cube, we not looking at a coon sellout. I don't get the coon vibes, the sellout vibes from Ice Cube. I'm just being honest, because again, he didn't go to them. Ice Cube didn't go to the Democratic or the Republican Party. They approached him, and he agreed to share what he had with them. So it's not Ice Cube's fault if Donald Trump doesn't ever keep his promises, or it's not Ice Cube's fault if Donald Trump supports the Proud Boys, the neo-Nazis, the KKK, the white militias. That has nothing to do with Ice Cube. Okay, that has nothing to do with Ice Cube. We know Trump is a racist. The whole white people know that he's racist. His own people know. But that has nothing to do with Ice Cube. Ice Cube is there to secure a future for black people. And regardless whoever wants to hear what he has to offer, then we should take it as just that, and quit being fans and spectators and, not even knowing the history of the Democratic Party, but we just automatically assume that we Democrats. Who told you to be a Democrat? Why are you even a Democrat? You know what I mean? And if we talking about reparations, then why are we arguing over a damn stimulus check? If we want real reparations, we got to take the emotion out of it. We got to quit being so damn emotional. And that's the reason why we can't get a reparations. We can't get separation. We can't get the things that we want, because we are too invested and tied into American politics. Right? We so tied up into the American politics that we can't even get nothing as a community. And we let something like this, something little as this, divide the community. Okay? We in love with the Democratic Party. But what is the Democratic Party doing to get black people reparations? Every nation, every other race of people received a reparatory justice. They received reparations. Every other people. But the reason why we ain't get it, because we are too loving and forgiving of our 400 years open enemy. We are too loving of our oppressors. That's why, Democratic and Republican, we don't want to let their system of things go and die away. We are so in love with it that when a brother comes along and try to do something for our people, right, we want to attack the brother for doing a good deed. Even if I'm in a nation, I don't necessarily agree with 100% that he's doing, that's my brother, and I see the good in what he's doing. And I would support the good in what he's doing. Same thing when the minister supported Barack Obama. The minister supported Barack Obama. Wanted to see him as the first black president, because he knew that that's what black people wanted. Although Barack Obama turned his back on the minister and denounced the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on live TV in front of millions. But the minister had to put his emotions to the side. The minister had a picture with him and Barack Obama and held that picture for years. Over 8 years, the minister held a picture between himself and Barack Obama, just so the enemy didn't use that picture, that image of them together against Barack Obama. And then the minister, after the brother was out of office, then he, put the picture out there. Why? Because the minister was teaching us to rise above emotions into the thinking of God. We got to rise above emotions into the thinking of God. We got to quit being so emotional and quick to condemn another black man or a black woman. But we ain't never that fast to condemn the real enemy. You know, we be the main ones that say, oh man, I ain't got time for that. You know, when the enemy is attacking us. You know, when the enemy is really attacking us, we ain't got time for it. But when the brother is trying to do something right, we got all these critics on the sideline. But what about helping the brother? What about helping the brother? You know, but I'm not, but if we gonna help them, then we gotta understand, you know, what's going to be. What's going to be what is going to be the consequences if they don't keep their promise? And should we have them do something for black people before they even get in office? What can you do for black people before you even get elected? Because too many times we come out and we give y'all our vote, you get elected, and then you just turn your back on us. What's going to be the redress if you don't keep, you know? So I'm going to check out the contract and I'm going to read it for myself, and I want to see, you know, what's going to be the redress or the consequences if whoever this president is going to be, they don't keep their promise, man, because I think that's important. How do we hold these politicians accountable when they don't keep their promise and they break their contract with Black America? How do they keep their promise? How do we hold them accountable? That's what I'm more focused on if this is going to even be a thing, because again, I'm a Muslim in the Nation of Islam, and we believe in that we should build our own world, and brother Ice Cube is worth a lot of money, that he can come to the nation and we can work on something together, you know, for black people. You know, that's my personal belief. But by me, you know, just putting my personal belief to the side and just seeing the situation for what it is, I think Ice Cube's approach, I think he did it right. I don't believe in having faith in this enemy whatsoever. You know, and I even somewhat question it, like, you know, how can you even believe these devils, you know, and what they saying? You know, that's my mind state. Like, how can you even believe the enemy and trust them? You know, but at the same time, I got to put my personal beliefs to the side and say, okay, well, okay, you've already been in conversations with these people, okay, and you don't have an allegiance to either party. Okay, I can respect that you ain't got an allegiance. Your allegiance is to black people. Okay, so what's gonna be the consequences if they don't make their promise? You know, what are black people gonna do for self? You know, if this enemy don't make their promise? Because I remember the Tavis Smiley State of the Union with many of our great black leaders, and they was talking about the contract with Black America. And the contract with Black America in that State of the Union address with all them black brothers and sisters, them famous black brothers and sisters, they wasn't saying make a contract with Black America with the government or the private sector, as Ice Cube mentioned, but they were talking about making a contract with Black America among black people. That as a people, we got to make a contract with one another. And what we gonna do, you know, to better the condition of our people as a whole. You know, so my question is to you all is that, are you black first or are you American first? You know, because if you are black first, then mainly you worried about black people's interests. And then you are American. You know, but a lot of people got it the other way around, and that's why they are attacking Ice Cube, because many of them are American first and then they black. They put they blackness on the sideline and say, I'm American first, you know, and they are more concerned about what happens with the Democratic Party. They are more concerned about what happens, you know, with America than they are with their own people. But all other peoples don't do that. Chinese or the Asians don't do that. The Indians don't do that. Certain African groups don't do that. You know, the Armenians don't do that. You know, it's a lot of other groups, you know, who lobby for the interests of their own people first. That's why you got your Chinatown, your little Tokyo, your little Armenia, you know, little Israel over in New York. You know, all these different ethnicities got their own communities. You know, looking out for their interests, got their own banks, looking out for their own people's interests. They're able to give their own people loans and stuff, business loans and home loans and stuff like that. And we need that in our community. We need to be looking out for our interests first. Because there's never been no people that has gone through a worse situation than the black man and black woman here in the hills and wilderness of North America. There's nobody on the planet. You know, they just completely destroyed us by taking us from our homeland, you know, getting rid of our native languages, got rid of our names, you know, because when somebody gives you their name, they have ownership over you. You know, they got rid of our God, our beliefs, our religions. You know, they murdered us and killed us and tortured us. If they found out we learned how to read, so we weren't able to read for about 300 years. Then the only thing that they would let us read out of is the Bible. When they did let us read, you know what I mean? So we got to understand that we got to be in love with ourselves first. We got to be black first, not American. You know what I mean? Because when we want to pretend that we're American first, then you will continuously be deceived by the American system and politics. Why? Because it's too much hypocrisy in politics. That's why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is not a politician. He, you know, and they so dirty and so shady in politics, man. You know, these people, you know, these are not moral people with integrity. So that's why we can't have faith in them and give our trust in them, you know. But at the same time, you know, with the situation with Brother Ice Cube, you know, we don't agree 100% with what he's doing, but we see what he's trying to do. We see what the brother's motives are sincere. You know, the brother motives are sincere. You know, and he's willing to work with who's ever in power. We understand that. You know, so we got to quit trying to condemn brothers and sisters for trying to do the right thing and condemn those who are doing the wrong thing. Even with Brother D.L. Hughley jumped the gun and said that Ice Cube isn't qualified to speak on the situation. And he said, you know, that his plan was the platinum plan, but his plan is not the platinum plan. That's Trump's plan. You know, and too many times D.L. Hughley sit back and he watches his own brothers and sisters being attacked by people like Vlad TV, who attacked the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and never did this brother stand up because he knew that Minister Farrakhan wasn't present to defend himself. So this brother didn't even stand up and stop Vlad and say, hey, man, you know, that's the minister. He's our elder. You know, we're not going to do that on the show. We're going to fall back from that right now. You know, so really, you know, him and brothers and sisters like him need to grow a spine. They need a backbone, man. You know, and quit publicly condemning their own brothers and sisters. That's what we got to stop doing. You know, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you know, has been doing his mission, he always stayed from and refrained from condemning other black people. Even those who have attacked him, the minister does not attack his own brothers and sisters, especially in the public. You know, and if he has an issue with them, then he would deal with them personally on the personal level. And that's how we gotta be. We gotta quit showing that this enemy, us, when we are divided up from one another. We got to quit showing them that we got to quit showing them our disagreements, because they could use that and drive a wedge between brothers and sisters. Yeah, but we lied though. I just felt I just had to get that up off me. The brothers and sisters want to hop on. I got a few more minutes. If you want to hop on or jump on the live, if you if you have any questions, or if you like to make a comment, you can send a request. I'll bring you on. Got a few more minutes. But I don't think that taking the right route, trying to cancel Ice Cube, I don't think that's the intelligent thing to do. I think the intelligent thing to do is learn more about the situation, ask questions, so we can. So if it's going to be done, it can be done successfully, and press the Democratic Party and see why they waiting, until after the election. I can understand that they're not in office right now. There's nothing that they can do right now, but at least show that you care. All praises is due to Allah. Yeah, at least show that y'all care, man. But again, in the nation, we don't have no faith in this political system at all whatsoever. But you can't be mad at that brother for trying. You can't be mad at him for trying. I feel like even if he said that he would never sit down with Trump, but again, right now it's bigger than his emotions. It's bigger than taking it personal, because he is racist, and we should take that aspect personal. But when you talking about reparations, it's business. It's not personal. Okay, when you talking about large lump sums of money being redistributed back to the black community, is business. It's not personal. Stop taking it personal. If we want to be successful, the Democrats are not your friends. The Republicans are not your friends. We are not here to be anyone's friends. We are not here to be nobody's friends. We here to get what we need for our black family. Because our black families is the ones that's suffering in these ghettos, in these communities, in these projects, in these low-income housing. It's us that's suffering because of the major wealth gap in America. So we got to quit thinking that the Democrats love us. We got to quit thinking that just because they're Republican, they hate us. We got to take all emotion out of it and think on a logical level. We got to use this if we going to better the situation. No, we ain't got to trust the Republicans or Trump. No, we don't have to trust the Democrats. It is not about trust right now. It's about getting actionable items. It's about getting things done. And if you are not satisfied with either party, join the nation. Help the nation. As a matter of fact, we need to tell Ice Cube, man, look, if they don't do nothing, man, we need to figure out how we going to create another Black Wall Street. And again, let's talk about reparations right quick. Now, I personally believe that if we are to receive a reparations, because even Honorable Elijah Muhammad talked about reparations and said that we should get reparations for at least up to 20 to 25 years, right? I believe that all black people are descendants of slaves who were affected by the transatlantic slave trade, should get a percentage of the reparations. They all should get a percentage, but the bulk of it should go into a black national treasury to use that money to build institutions, build schools, hospitals, whatever we need for the black community. I think the bulk of the reparations should go to a black national treasury, but also all descendants of slaves or those who were affected by the transatlantic slave trade should get a percentage out of that reparations just for them. I don't think that, all of it should be split up with everybody and then everybody just go on with their money and just do their own thing, because we are so damn arrogant, we so big-headed, and we have so much jealousy and envy within the community that when I get my money, you get your money, we not going to come together on common grounds to build something for future generations. So I think we all should be able to get a percentage, a small percentage out of that reparations, but I think the bulk of it, again, should go to a black national treasury to fund a potential black political party. We should have our own political party and not rely on the Republican, the Democratic Party, but we elect our own representatives to represent our communities. We'll have the money to build our own towns, grocery stores, farmland, supermarkets, banks. You know what I mean? Schools, hospitals, all the important stuff, because everything that we need is already in the black community. Everything that we already need is already inside of the black community. We don't have to go outside of our community to actually get things done. So I don't believe in, we just cut a check, everybody get a check, and then just, because we gonna give the money right back to the enemy. And a lot of people say, they get on these platforms and they say, well, it's none of your business what I do with my money, and that's fine. That's why I say that there should be a reparations, but everybody get a small percentage, and the bulk of it goes to a black national treasury so it can help us build institutions, so it can, on a continuous basis, build wealth within the community. We want to build generational wealth within our community, and if we just split it all across the board and everybody get a check, then we got so much stuff up in here, to where we ain't even thinking right. We gonna give it right back to the enemy anyway. Okay, so why not use the bulk of it and build structures, right? Build things that'll last for generations. You know what I mean? And I think as far as reparations, I think that's what we should use it for, So if whenever you get the chance, whenever you get the opportunity, and then you get to see the contract with Black America, the CWBA by Ice Cube, that's something to look for, and to look up, And again, that's something that I would ask the brother if I had a chance to speak to the brother. You know what I mean? When we having a conversation about reparations, I think, again, I repeat it, that I believe that if reparations is going to be given, according to the messenger, he said from 20 to 25 years, but I also believe that all Americans should be able to receive a percentage of the reparations, but the bulk of the reparations will go to a black national treasury so it can help us build institutions, hospitals, farmland, grocery stores, schools, things that are important, things that are that really matter to help, close the wealth gap in Black America. You know what I mean? And that's what your brother believe. So shout out to the brothers and sisters in the chat. My brother Ben tapped in for a second. All praises due to Allah. If you don't already follow that brother on Instagram. But yeah, I'm getting ready to get up out of here, man. I just needed to do this video, have this conversation. Inshallah, your brother will probably put together a panel discussion on this conversation. I'm gonna see who all will be down for a panel discussion. And we out. Peace and assalamu alaikum.